been a little while, but here we are, and I'd like to talk today about the cause of tragedy in King Lear. We remember in the Hamlet on Othello situations, precisely Hamlet's gift made him incapable of dealing with the problem he was faced with. The problem was killing his father's murderer, his uncle. But Hamlet is a scholar, and he wants to look into all the possibilities. Maybe not even consciously, but he's attuned to that. And so he wants to investigate whether that ghost that told him to kill his uncle is really his father's spirit or a demon or whatever it might be. And in consequence, he doesn't do what he should. Othello, a soldier used to combat, faced with killing his father's murderer, would simply have killed him, and that would have been the end of the play. But in Othello, Othello is deceived by the most vicious, cruel human being, perhaps ever, Iago, deceived into thinking that his wife has been unfaithful to him. Had Hamlet been confronted with that, he would have done an investigation and found out that she was loyal to him. But Othello's gifts are precisely what makes him incompetent in this situation, and he kills his innocent wife. In King Lear, a related situation is there. King Lear, who has ruled for generations, really. King Lear is used to being obeyed and used to making the right decisions. He had evil daughters. The eldest, Goneril, married to a good man, Albany, who, however, is weak by comparison to his wife. The second daughter, Regan, is married to an evil person, Cornwall. And then there's a third daughter, splendidly decent, Cordelia, whom he loves dearly. Now, he's faced with that situation of trying to figure out how to deal with that. The eldest two might end up fighting with each other if he gave the kingdom to one of them. The youngest one, sweet and decent, is not a fighter at all. Well, he thinks of a way of dealing with that. Now, some of my colleagues want to say that he is an old senile person and he's not functioning well, but he's functioning, in my estimation, very well with that one problem that makes him unable to deal with the situation correctly and leads him down towards disaster. So he thinks to divide the kingdom up among them, in quotes, that future strife may be prevented now. A king to make a decision that will determine how things will be after he's dead. Well, you and I know very well that you can't make decisions that determine how things will be after you're dead. And moreover, he expects obedience from everyone. Well, so he says to them, I'm going to divide up the kingdom in three parts in accordance with how well you praise me and your relationship to me. Well, the eldest ones, oh, I love you more than anything, more than words can matter, and all the rest of that. He hears that. He said he would divide up the kingdom after determining who loves him best, but he immediately gives her piece of the kingdom. He'd already determined what piece she should have. And then the second daughter speaks, I love you just like my sister does, only more. Okay, he gives her piece. Cordelia, hearing this falseness of praise, says, I can't participate in this. She's a young woman, maybe 18, 19 years old. She's not attuned to what King Lear is trying to do. Prevent future strife now. And she says, I just won't participate. And he turns to her, what has Cordelia to say? She says, nothing, my lord. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again. And she says she loves him as his daughter. He was a fine father. She's a fine daughter. But surely, when she marries, she'll turn her affection primarily toward her husband. Sure, she will not marry to love her father all, she says. If she had just said, I love you as my father, he could have made that into the reason to give her the largest portion. He intended to spend his last years with her. But now it's too late. He disowns her. Two men had come to try to court her and gain land in relation to having done that are there. The King of France, the Duke of Burgundy. Lear says, well, do either of you, to Burgundy, do you want her? Burgundy says, yes, but, with the land that's supposed to come with her. No, nothing's coming with her. And so Burgundy refuses. France, a decent, noble man, says, I'll marry her. And she is deeply moved by that and accepts his affection and goes off to France while her sisters gain both pieces, all three pieces of the property. They divide up the one that was supposed to go to her, and he's going to, quote, live with them. They hate him. They mistreat him. What follows in the play tragically follows. Not only have King Lear's gifts been the source of his failure, but he himself produced that failure. Shakespeare's tragedy is turning down a very dark street. Thanks for being with me. We'll go on next time.